3 coming right down the pipeline. Not just elimination, but also qualification into the group stage, into the next stage, up against some of the best teams in the world. Vitality need to be there. It's their proving grounds. It's Vertigo. Sprout's picking this best of 3 series, and they'll be starting on the T side.
Yeah, they're moving up through ramp very early on. Sprout into an empty B side of the map. Ooh, Magisk missing his opportunities. dupreeh's looking to pick them up. They've done damage, but yet to find a kill. That bomb's going down, and Vitality are all flooding in past the generators. Oh, ZywOo with it all Berettas. Taking heads off makes them look clean.
He did make them look good. That's the first time I've looked at the Julies and gone, damn, they're not complete trash. Nice shots from ZywOo. And yeah, the full retake setup for Vitality. Fine to give up the site, to move back in very quickly. I do like retake setups on this site, on Vertigo. Another team that do that really well are Heroic. Obviously, we know them to be a team that love their gambles on CT halves and to, you know, be very fluid. So when they give up B, it's always super nice to watch Heroic retake this site. Vitality will do exactly that in the pistol. Force up off the plant. Sprout got guns.
Yeah, I think the Vertigo pick's kind of interesting, right? You know, this is one of 2 maps that Sprout historically have been able to push Vitality to the limits on. The other being Inferno. That's what we spoke about in like the pre-game. You know, they've been able to take them 30 rounds here. So I'm assuming if they picked into this, they've gone over it, they've done their homework, they're well researched, and they think this time they've got that winning formula to skew like 2 rounds the other direction and strip this one away from Vitality. Pissed around though, going the way of the French and Danish squad. And now they're looking to fight for deep ramp control. Apex and ZywOo lighting up Sprout as they try to move in. And just when you think you've broken apart the ramp hole, misutaaa was there to really drive it home. Vitality with a second, a clean one at that. I like the start that Apex is having. Getting involved, taking fights that we know he likes to take, but maybe not as overzealously as in times gone by, where perhaps it's let down the Vitality squad. Yeah. It was quite a measured ramp peak as far as they go.
Yeah, hoping Vitality come in with their winning faces today. They know their favorites. They can't afford to be scared. And so hopefully they play like it. Sprout, full eco, just a couple of little pistols and a flash here and there. Spinny's going to get removed, and they're already dropping in. Magisk just trying to take players out of the round nice and quick. dupreeh by his side. The double Danes getting dinked. Pistols out. dupreeh's trying to escape and almost gets out in time, but Slacks will peek him at the top of the ramp. Flash back in for Magisk, but that's going to keep Sprout passive for a moment at least. They've got a molly, but it goes out on Tetris. So Magisk is just fine to fire through the flames. No one offering up kills as the bomb is retrieved. Sprout might go elsewhere. If they do, however, they're in for a surprise. Old ZywOo. Up to no good.
Yeah, man, I mean, this was what he did in that second round as well, right? Tried to get very, very deep down the ramp. He's given a lot of info to his team. He's freed up everyone else to go and lean more towards mid and B. And right now, Magisk is in the B site alone, but that can be remedied very, very quickly. And he's not too worried because he's not up against a lot right now, just smoke spamming and dealing with the B play before he even necessarily realized it was coming in. That spam might not have even happened if you didn't have ZywOo all the way down near ramp saying, yeah, guys, it's definitely B or mid. And now with just Staehr left standing, he's in a bit of a rough world, isn't he? There's Magisk with an ace to close that one out. It's just a little anti-eco, one slides right under the rug. Vitality 3-0 up as the buy comes in from Sprout.
What do you hide under your rug, Harry?
More rugs.
More rugs. You got a stack of rugs. Interesting.
Rugman.
Dr. Rugman. Oh, we got a buy round.
To build a rug, man.
What? Not your best work.
No, it's not.
Sprout coming in with a big buy. We got Slacks on the old AWP.
Our guy
Slacks. Had him on a cast on EPL before.
Yeah, back at that EPL, I don't think he was like too thrilled with how he did individually, right?
I mean, Sprout, yeah, they were in the group of death. And
oh, there he is.
They got death, as did Apex.
Our guy.
Top of ramp. gone. There's a late mid lurk. Magisk will only hold for so long with that AWP. Noteworthy that he has it over ZywOo on the short side right now. Sprout going to pull back and group up on the A ramp. They've got that pick. That's all the temptation they need. It's only ZywOo. I mean, in theory, Sprout could walk into the bomb site right now and no one would even be looking, but ZywOo's under the expectation that they will announce it. They will throw a utility, and he should be right. He's going to go back and check that timing. 50 seconds, smoke dropped. They know he's on the wall side. Just clearing out spots with utility right now. Sprout are going to have to throw a full execute. There's a nice re-smoke for Vitality the one way to stop a ramp swing. Sprout will still throw in their smokes. And basically ZywOo is committed here.
Oh, Magisk going up, going over, trying to get involved with this AW. But he's held back. It's misutaaa breaking the silence first. Rouse up through ramp and dupreeh dead. It's all started to come undone at the seams. Magisk left up in this one alone. Come on, drop silent.
Oh, it was not worth the wait. You okay?
Yeah, man. Sorry, that just really tickled my gremlin
Inner
bone.
demon, yeah, your gremlin bone. Is that your funny bone?
I'm going full goblin mode on this one.
Well, yeah, he's got to save. Wonder why you had the AWP in this round, right? Like, ZywOo was just playing short out of spawn. Magisk was holding mid. But maybe we see him throw it on over. Regardless, Sprout on the board. They do their job right. They leave slacks to pick. They wait on their default for a reaction. They get none, and then they just execute A perfectly. Vitality had a very heavy wall setup on the short side, but dupreeh got cleared, and ZywOo didn't get anything from his position, so nice stuff out of Sprout. Any more? ZywOo's got that AWP already.
Yeah, and he had a good spawn for ramp as well. A ramp, that is. I'm assuming he's going to look to get involved early here. Gifted a spawn like that, it's a rarity. lauNX dead right away, tried to take this peek up through the B stairs, and Magisk was waiting with open arms for him. Slacks don't want to attempt the trade with that AWP, and so he's going to turn his attention back towards the ramp side. It's smoked right now, but it ain't smoked forever. Eventually, you're going to have this head-to-head of ZywOo versus Slacks on the other side.
Oh,
Apex pushing down around this smoke.
Wow.
Going to get spammed out. Rouse in with a double. ZywOo never even got to meet his AWP counterpart on the other side. Rouse did the privilege for him. And now they're going to start to look elsewhere here, going back towards B. Spiddy's been holding it since lauNX's death at the start of this one. Just dupreeh here, good angle to get the info at least. He's going to try and get out with his life still intact. Underhanding that smoke, he's coming back through. dupreeh's looking to make a big boy play, but Staehr's up in the air and takes his head clean off.
Yeah, that is right. Mid-air, perfect assessment. That is very unlucky for dupreeh, and Sprout are going to get the bomb plant, and likely the round with it. Vitality forced to save. Magisk and AWP today. He's got it once more. But yeah, already Sprout, pretty brutal rounds out of them. The two they've picked up have been very clean. Going to start to build this bank up on T side as well. It is just crazy to think how long Spiddy has even been in this team as well, right? Like, our mental clock has all kind of been ruined over these past couple of years, but he's been in this roster for 4.5 years. How often do you hear about that? That is quite the commitment. This core only being around for the last 10 months or so. But going from, German full roster to adding in some EU talent has certainly proved like the right direction for Sprout. With each roster change, they have gotten significantly better and significantly more achieved. So I'm excited to see what they can do in this BO3 and whether they can actually bring Vitality to their knees. On this round, they have only pistols around the 2 saved weapons. ZywOo, again, given the AWP over by Magisk. Up on sandbags, and this is ZywOo's breeding ground. Almost hits that headshot, but Staehr is looking smooth, looking clean, and maybe even looking dirty. Apex jumps through to get that AWP, but he gets out. Oh, am I speaking too soon? No. Just escapes back to the bomb site with the AWP. That's a huge grab for the in-game leader.
And now it grinds to this like awkward halt where you're hoping that there's a bit of an extension back out of Vitality. You do at least have the util. If you're Sprout, you can molly the short angle, force Apex into a wider swing, and mate, the molly was never even needed. The nade has knocked him out. The AWP that he worked so hard to grab has been removed, and now that short peek nails misutaaa. The guns are gone from this round for Vitality. Spitty getting that plant in, and Sprout looking to tie this up at 3-all.
Yeah, they'd love to grab guns at the end, but there's not much to pick up here, and most of it's unsalvageable. dupreeh has almost nothing to lose in running back in, so maybe at the last second we see him, but without armor, that bomb is going to be very, very oppressive, shall we say. Guns getting cycled out, Sprout playing careful, and dupreeh saving almost nothing going into a gun round. But as you say, 3-3. Did lauNX throw... Okay, found it. Oh, he died at the end. He threw his gun off the map, went back in to find another gun, and then got killed while doing so. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. Sprout still come out with 3 gun rounds in a row with 3 surviving minimum every time. That is money made for Sprout and progress on this T side. Here's another buy for Vitality, lacking the AWP this time.
Oh, might get dealt another one of these faster B takes early,
they're
right? They're already deeper than Magisk was ready for. dupreeh now looking to fill this hole, looking to fill this void, and he will. Trades out that frag earlier on, avenges his Danish brother, and puts this one back into a 4v4 right away. For Sprout, they would have loved that opener, man. If you get the double up onto the B play, that's it. You basically won the round. You just run it into B, full send, and that would have been Sprout taking the lead. dupreeh's done well to deny them this ground, and now they're going to have to go back and look elsewhere. This is similar to what we've seen in a lot of these rifle rounds from Sprout, right? Trying some aggro on one side of the map, now taking some time to go back, clear out the other side, try get Slacks involved with this AWP.
I love the run boost. That's what ZywOo likes to do as well. I mean, get over the top of this, this yellow side. There's a gap that players often watch through. That's really where you'll find ZywOo more often than not, looking through the yellow gap. But as I said, no AWP in this round. They get shot to Staehr. Got to clear sandbags. They have the mollies for it. That smoke's going to let them fight on a close ramp, but ZywOo's going to move up with it, inside of it. Staehr with his back turn. FAMAS whiff. Not ideal. misutaaa comes in to bail out his teammate. Meanwhile, the rest of Sprout are executing into a one-man hold, and dupreeh's been mollied out. He's got to go towards the Tetris. They've heard his steps, but the backs are turned. The flashes are bad. And oh my goodness, everyone gets melted. That's a team flash. Not ideal for Sprout. Gives dupreeh the solo hold of his dreams.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that is pretty brutal. You know, back-to-back team flashes as well to make matters worse. Oof. ZywOo wanting to fight for this ramp control again, going through the short smoke. Does take a nade. I like it when teams couple up that short smoke with an early nade that flies on in. Really not uncommon to see players go through it, especially if they are smoking ramp as CTs. Sprout don't want to respect that smoke though, and they'll come to Vitality. Apex doesn't get out of there this time around, just a second too late. And even though ZywOo's dealt with Rouse, it's still this early 4v4 with top ramp control taken by Sprout. It's a good launching pad to make one of these A plays happen. It also puts a lot of pressure on Vitality to divert resources towards this A bomb site. Oh! What? ZywOo wins that. Slacks was on the angle for a long old while, and somehow ZywOo comes up with the goods.
Even escapes as well. Oh, Staehr won't be quite as fortunate. Magisk will swing the top of ramp and take this advantage back. ZywOo's even holding this cross. Try and split mid. Just try it, and he'll get legged. At least Spitty makes it over. But dupreeh again, back of the site in a perfect position. The bomb's going B, but Spitty is rerouting while dupreeh's eyes are on middle. This big flank has come through, but he's missed his shot. ZywOo, one bullet is all it took, and they won't be ready for dupreeh despite same position, different round, 5-4 Vitality. These are very scary positions, but Vitality are keeping their cool and converting CT rifle rounds. That 3 in a row is a distant memory for Sprout. And yeah, ZywOo on the AWP. Need I say more?
Yeah, this like re-aggro into positions, right? It's been happening over towards B stairs and A ramp, and oftentimes the kind of util set that Vitality are rolling out with it, and the actual execution is being nailed, man. It's feeling kind of rough if you're Sprout, because they're trying to do a lot of this legwork early on by taking key real estate like the stairs and like top ramp, and then work from there. But those positions aren't safe. That's kind of what they're learning, right? And that might lead them to all-inning these plays a little bit more. That might hamstring some of the fakes, some of the kind of, some of the slippery trickery that you normally get here on Vertigo.
The wetter the better though, Harry, that's what we know. Apex speaking deep down ramp. Sprout moving up quick. They're right by his side again. Vitality seem unaware of how deep Sprout have gotten. ZywOo might be the same. Caught by the Deagle spam of Spitty. misutaaa, the only man holding on, as Magisk is at least regressed down on the short side. He's going to be here to put a stop to it. Guns getting gifted. dupreeh crunching as well.
Is that re-aggro?
Oh, it's dangerous. It's scary, and it might be costly, but Magisk has the round in the palm of his hand. 1v2, hit the shot.
Oh,
Staehr's looking at the ground, and Magisk just needs to finish the job. How is this round still going? He's got the bomb. And Magisk will reset, chill out. He's heard the jump, he's seen their head, and he's gonna find it.
Thank goodness, man, because like, just imagine that, like, if that's what wins you the round, all these other like hulking killing machines have gone up the ramp and all died, but then it's like the little tiny man at the back that shrunk down. Hey, you forgot about me. But just falling a little short.
Nice try. Good eco. I mean, you take that if you're Sprout. That's 2 times now that Sprout have beat the timings or beat the utility of Vitality without them having any clue, right? Happened to dupreeh on B, or Magisk rather on B. And right there for Apex, they get right past and waltz up the ramp. Almost loses them the round, but now a rebuy for Sprout. AWP can be dropped if they want it. May as well. ZywOo's not got his though. No AWP. Maybe a faster round for Sprout out of the gate. Oh, we have the spawn utility. I love this. Lining up that ramp smoke based on your spawn position and running with it. Very cool. He's going to get that insta-ramp smoke. The ZywOo will move behind. He's dropped all the way down the ramp. He can go through again. ZywOo has been very impressive. Oh, he's done it once more. Great flash from Apex. Staehr didn't know where to look. Meanwhile, Sprout will have to activate. Hit that go button out into mid.
Yeah, a little mid to B pop on the cards. Over construction. Apex going to arrive at CT, but only in time to get one. dupreeh facing first. Ooh. Magisk left in this little bait and switch, peeking out later, couldn't pick a target, and so the B site is now wide open. Sprout on this mid to B. They put all the pieces in the right place. They've cooked up a winning formula here. Now they just need to stick the landing. misutaaa and ZywOo, a man down. If they get given a reason to go for this one, they surely will. But if Sprout stay tucked, they might not ever get given the opportunity. With no flank, Spitty is a problem as well. He's just playing around the bomb. Now he's got Rouse to join him, and it's never even needed. That flash sets up Slacks perfectly, And so Sprout run away with that one.
Who needs an AWP, man? That works. 3K for Slacks. You mentioned it there. I love the detail for Sprout. The second they plant, they run away. They don't play green. They don't stay default. They go back to Staehrs and Tetris and just set up util peaks. That's good for 2 reasons. 1, Vitality still had util. They were nading default. That would have killed Sprout. 2, it wastes so much time for Vitality while they're clearing corners, checking green, checking pillar. And as soon as they get onto the site, Sprout just pop flash them and win the round. So really clean post plants for Sprout. No hesitation in what they wanted to do in that 3-on-2. Very competitive game right now. I'm liking what I'm getting. Magisk aggressive at B. Oh, and way further than lauNX was ready for after that molly. But Sprout, they've won 4v5s before. Gonna try and do it on A this time. Right behind the Molotov is Rouse. Gun advantage, but angle advantage for misutaaa, and you can see why. He fires up before Rouse even gets to spot. He will drop. Rouse has hit that kill. Nade doesn't finish the job either. 4-on-4 right now. Sprout, they don't want to stop the pressure. They want to keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, with good reason. Often it's in these slowdowns that things have gone awry, that things have got problematic. They try to keep pressuring the issue forward, and Staehr, with that double, he has pretty much safeguarded the round. It was all starting to come undone until Staehr got involved. And now with the plant, it's going to fall onto dupreeh in a 1v2 retake. Spiddy at the sandbag, spotted, but not dealt with. And the spam brings dupreeh down so low, he's got no choice but to up and leave.
Damn, to Sprout. Yeah, they're clutching out so many rounds right now on this T side. Vitality realize that they've got a game on their hands. They're going to have to work for every single round. Those shots for Rouse on short side, not only killing misutaaa, which was sick enough, but then ZywOo perfect peeks him and just gets headshot immediately. Sprout clearly have some very good communication in some of these rounds. As soon as they're hitting 4v5s, you know, one side of the map, the activation is immediate. And that's back-to-back 5-on-4s Vitality have lost. 2K a player, this should be the equalizer unless dupreeh one-man armies it with that saved M4. Clean shooting for Rouse. Check the second one. Oh, crispy. Bit of a technical, it seems.
Man, it is, you know, cool to see Rouse being so involved, right? As the man at the helm of Sprout, and, you know, like, even more so than that, not just the fact that he's the guy, like, calling the shots, that he's really leading from the front, but even the fact that he's, like, doing good stats-wise. He's provided a lot, he's created a lot of space for his team. I think it's super interesting, because this guy's had, like, a very long career in global offensive.
At the first major, right?
Yeah. With, I think it was 3D Max, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe
that's a
I'm
French
wrong on that
team.
One.
I would go with a Reason or something as a Danish player, but I, yeah, need to double check that. Oh, I love the triple boost. Oh, talking of French teams, shout out Heat one time. Pretty sure they showed this off recently online. This is so nice. dupreeh, so he's sliding, so he has to skirt back to the left every few seconds, make sure he doesn't fall off. But look how effective this is. You get full info at B and no one can walk in. Like, you die. You don't check it, it's not meta enough, no one's looking there. Unfortunately for Vitality, they'll have to save it for a rainier day than this one, because tears will fall on the A site as Sprout line up and execute into an eco, knowing there's very little Vitality can do but pop through the smokes. And you were right, it is 3D Max. They were Danish.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Well, thought I was right.
Pimp was on that team.
Exactly.
Shout out Pimp one time.
Bomb now down, and for this one, man, Vitality only have this hero AK. You don't really want to risk that, so dupreeh's probably thinking, like, how do I get out of this? I don't really want to be here anymore up on this boost, and so he will drop on down and elect to leave. Sprout, they get that one for free.
Oh, while we've got a downtime, I do want to talk about that lineup because you've just done the research, Harry. So props to you. But this was the first major, right? ESL Major Katowice 2014, yep. And I just want to read some of the rosters here. 3D Max with Rouse here in Sprout. Also on that team, Glaive, MSL, AZ, and Pim.
Yeah.
What a roster, by the way. Two of the, well, 3 Danish in-game leaders now. Also, Reason was at that event, and let me read their roster. EXR, Lome, Freeze, Carrigan, and SMF. It's crazy reading these old rosters from, 8 years ago now.
Yeah, and well, the reason why I was bringing that up a moment ago was I was saying, like, for Rouse, it feels like he's actually been getting, like, better individually, which I think is really, really cool, right? Like, that's like a time where a lot of those players aren't really around at, like, the top level anymore. Obviously, you read out, like, your Glaives, your Carrigans and whatnot. Those guys still very much involved, but they kind of feel more like exceptions to that rule, and it's not like Rouse was ever this, like, massive talking point as far as it goes either. So the fact that he's become such a staple of Sprout and he's looking great individually is all to his credit.
You could even say the older, the golder, Harry. Carrigan won his first major at 32, so, it ain't stopping anytime soon.
6 years' time, Rouse, bud.
6 years. Is he that young?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. Shout out Rouse one time, and yeah, Vitality, they'll be shouting Rouse's name in their nightmares. If this keeps up, we need a response from the French-Danish side. They've got the buy round out, but again, lacking the AWP, flashed off the BE peak. dupreeh and Magisk have been very proactive here for information in their rifle rounds, but they don't want to offer up kills this time. They concede the stairs. Sprout can set up and execute if they like. They've been very execute heavy, less so in 5v5s, but when they get this control, why not give it a go? Maybe we get this boost up on the railing. Headshot angle, really nice boost. That's how you do it, folks. If you want to try it at home, you can see default when he uncrouches. lauNX can even jump into the bomb site from this position. Molly, oh, it's perfect, but he doesn't hit the shot. dupreeh swings out from default. Smoke comes down on the ramp. Vitality scared that Sprout are going to commit, but this is all a bit of a fake out as they turn their tail towards A.
Yeah, but it's this re-aggro, man. It's been a constant nuisance, and Vitality have, like, really nailed down how they want to do this in these slower rounds. They weren't just here, like, with scraps, with players already having rotated away. Misutaa's going to do it all.
It's a buy round, man.
With all 5 up against the buy, they set him up to come in with that swing. And he'll turn him to mincemeat.
Yes. Wow. That was sick. Nice round out of old Suta, the shooter. And yeah, I mean, there's 3 CTs facing with him, but he gets all the glory. Feels like when misutaaa pops off, Vitality have a very easy day, right? Like, those are the games that they win. Not the guy you'd expect to have to frag out in this team, but he's certainly got it in him. I don't know if Spitty saw that cross there. misutaaa's made it over mid. Meanwhile, ramp has been conceded. Sprout have taken that control. Again, can't get too comfortable with these re-aggros we've seen, but stairs up. Oh, and he's going to get re-aggroed. Not looking the right way. Clean kill for ZywOo. Solo defending this A site. Pretty much. Oh, Spitty, he looked aware that misutaaa had crossed, but that's a nice off angle in the corner to catch him. So 5-on-3, Vitality in a very good spot.
Yeah, they're even doing a bit of a classic and retaking top ramp right now on ZywOo over at that A site. That's going to give a lot of information over with him still here, tucked in at the sandbags. He knows that right now, nothing's happening on A. So you kind of see this, like, third man in Magisk freed up a little bit. Well, he was freed up till Slacks imprisons him over in mid. However, misutaaa was able to trade, and dupreeh holds on to the B site. Everything's accounted for right now for Vitality. And for Sprout, it's all hinging on one man, a man that we've spoke a lot about. It's Rouse in the 1v4. He's tried to get tricky with it. Didn't want to be one-dimensional in this. Didn't want to follow through with the B play. Didn't even want to be two-dimensional. He wanted to be 3D max right now as he makes his way up the ramp side into this A bomb site. He's going to have a chance at the plant. ZywOo in elevator. Rouse is going hunting though. Doesn't elect to plant the bomb, and ZywOo has caught him. There's no longer time to win the round. And so there it is, 8-6 with Vitality at a bare minimum winning out this first half of play.
You hate that if you're Rouse. So passive that it almost seems like a trap, right? Like, I don't trust this. If he doesn't clear boost and there is a player there, the second he plants, he's going to get run at by boost. So he goes to clear it. ZywOo just shoots before he even peeks around the corner and closes that round. Nice stuff for ZywOo. Even without the AWP, he hasn't had it in a lot of these rounds. He's been, you know, doing absolutely fine on the rifle. So saving the A site from a lot of takes, but they're back. Sprout, a faster one through the smoke. Pistols out. It's a last round. It's a desperate buy. 2 rifles, and one of them's going to be put to the test immediately. Apex will answer the call and remove that AK-47. Can be retrieved if misutaaa gives you any breathing room, and we know he doesn't. Spinny pops a couple of heads, though, with a P250. Luckily enough, ZywOo is here to save the day, and 3 kills deep. Looking to close the half. He can't do it. lauNX has a chance in the 1v1. Old v new. dupreeh against lauNX, and he's going to go right back.
Yeah, holding for a flank right now. He knows dupreeh is that B-side leaning anchor. And so he's waiting to see if he flanked. Now in going quiet, dupreeh's going to clear out all of ramp. And so he's going to be under the illusion that this bomb has gone all the way back. If he tries to rotate down ramp, lauNX has got him dead, man, just waiting here. And if he goes for a safe rotation, lauNX might even hear him leaving. This is pretty nice, right? Hands off the keyboard, no movement, full faith that if he sits here long enough, dupreeh will doubt himself. Right now, it's a mind game. And lauNX is looking to be the guy outsmarting. Multi-time major winner dupreeh on the other side. 20 seconds as he makes his move. His patience has been rewarded. That smoke goes out. Now dupreeh is coming back. The Bloodhound has picked up a scent.
Oh.
And that nade goes in. lauNX is low.
No.
And dupreeh is going to close it out. Vitality with 9 to round out this first half of play. 3 to their lead. And now they're looking to keep it rolling in on that T-half. We'll find out if they can in just a minute.
In a must-win, vital game for the French and Danish players, Vitality sit up by 3. On the other side, we've planted the seed, and now we're going to have to wait to see if it sprouts in their first map. Their pick of Vertigo, it's straight into a pistol round with Harry.
That's me.
And Hugo.
That's him.
Hi.
Here we are. lauNX taking a peek down the ramp, going for this little info play at the top of Crane. Here to support Slacks. And a moment's notice. There's also Staehr on the short side. Can't forget about him. This little triple-pronged approach to the ramp side means that Vitality are going to have their work cut out for them.
Impatience kills in this position. Slacks can't afford to get aggressive as much as he may want to. ZywOo with the P250 walking out middle alone. Spitty with his eye on the prize and an off angle. ZywOo is going to eat some damage but not commit. Slack spots the A attack and Staehr will see it as well. If he can kill that back player, that's all the util on Magisk, but he can't find the shot. Needs to back up into the site. Vitality get that ramp control at a bit of a cost, and there's a flashback in, but it blinds Slacks as well. Not ideal. Look at how many CTs are here. 4 players up on the wall right now waiting for the commit.
Yeah, if Slacks could get one of these, that would be great. Now the rest of the gang all here to fill this void. And yeah, they are dealing with this push up through ramp. dupreeh tries his damnedest. ZywOo is flanking, but he's going to arrive as all his teammates have already been bested. And the penny might drop soon for Sprout that they haven't seen mid in a long old while. And ZywOo was last spotted over there. Oh yeah, they know where he is. They run him down. They peek him together. And so Sprout steal away the pistol to open up this second half.
We got a game, Harry. We got a competitive one. This should close up very quick. A full eco is almost a requirement for Vitality with no bomb plant. That late mid lurk, hey, it could have been nice if Vitality got their entries, but they're just getting faced by so many players at the same time. No question for Sprout as to where that one was going. Now no chance in this round for Vitality with nothing but a P250 on dupreeh.
Yeah, not much should happen here. If this round gets too exciting, that's bad. This is actually meant to be just one of these mow-down rounds. Okay, the Glock landing a dink at range, and now another dink out of the Glocks. It's a little more interesting than it needed to be, but it should get cleaned up. There's this flank, lauNX is here, and there we go. So 1 kill onto Slacks, and that's the extent of it.
Cool.
Sprout keep 4 alive, and now the guns come through for Team Vitality, right? This is where they're going to have everything they could possibly need. Apart from that AWP, it's being considered right now. ZywOo would have to bring it out glass cannon, and that feels kind of ballsy when you know that Sprout are going to have like a quasi-bonus round here, right? With some of these weaker guns held forward, SMGs, FAMASes, and so ZywOo elects to not go for that glass AWP.
Just lining up a short A Molotov. Get his team up the ramp. Staehr sees it coming, smokes it deep so he can still face down the bottom of A, help out Slacks and Rouse, who are both fighting through this utility. It's looking luscious for Sprout. Double kill, and they just leave. Take what they can get. Vitality now just have to contact up ramp, and that smoke is so annoying. If anyone swings rail, they'll see dupreeh before he sees them. But still relatively passive. Slacks is trying to make that so when he gets caught on his retreat by Apex. Still a lot of util getting used. Vitality battered and bruised, clearing their corners. And one smoke for an execute is not perfect. Magisk has found a second, though. He's going to throw both right in. And so Vitality will have a wall down. They can plant behind it. Do Sprout respect it is the big question. Right now, they're waiting on the flank.
Yeah, the flank is a long way away, though, to be waiting for it, right? These smokes will have faded by the time this flank arrives, and so Sprout looking like they want to play for a retake here. Going to see how much lauNX can get away with. The only issue he's going to have, he kind of needs his teammates to make contact first to draw attention away from the only angle that's open right now, which is ramp. dupreeh domes one, lauNX now arrives in the back line, and the fact that he gets one out of that position is really more than you could have asked for. dupreeh still taking heads off, still looking good, and with Apex there to help him, the two of them are going to steal that round away.
That was a 3-on-5 coming out of Vitality, right? Like, Sprout did all they could in terms of trying not to give those kills over, but dupreeh hits two unbelievable little burst fire kills, one onto the Heaven player, and then another guy on the boost as well. That's a round that Sprout really cannot afford to lose at this point in the game. God, look at these shots. And yeah, look, lauNX killed, you know, the guy with health, not even one of the low players. So you feel like that was the best bet he had, like you said, but Sprout can't get through dupreeh and Apex. And Vitality pick up a T-side rifle round. Oh, that was close. Three rifles here for Sprout. Not the heartiest buy. Slacks is even saving for the AWP in a later round. Vitality going to set the sights on B. Not seeing anything go down here.
Yeah, they're kind of venturing into the unknown, right? About to get a taste for what this B side has in store. Bomb getting grabbed now by ZywOo. He's going to come back around and rejoin the rest of his team. So Vitality are looking to hit the go button soon. They don't have any more A control. That means they are committed to this B play. So they better hope that the results go good out of the gate. Right now they haven't, and they're only getting worse as time goes on. That's the thing, Vitality. You didn't have a backup plan. You didn't have a plan B. They've got to commit to this to their original objective in pushing the B site, and now Spirit have pulled all these bodies over. They've been hamstrung, they've been forced into a play that they don't really want to make. That molly at least gives Magisk a chance at a fight, a chance to claw something back, but it's still rough here for Vitality. 15 seconds as they move in the 3v5, and they might win another one as they overwhelm Sprout. There is this wrap round from Spitty, but it's being accounted for. Even though Magisk doesn't get that kill, now they've got the info. And they're looking to lock the round in right here, right now. Going to swing him together. And Vitality, with back-to-back 3v5 rounds, put 11 on the board.
Unbelievable clutching coming out of Vitality right now. Just saving their bacon in these really awkward moments. Sprout, I mean, they went for the retake round last time. That didn't work out. This time they try and die on the ship, go down with it, and every player is cleared out. They play double default, and Vitality still checked it. Just amazing shots, and Sprout have really dropped the ball in these last couple of gun rounds to, you know, be put in this position. They should be in the lead right now, just going off of the early round. But Vitality, with the experience shining through, are doing what they must to take their opponent's pick here. Apex is running and gunning up short. There's 4 players ramp side, and his teammate's going to have to clear it. They've seen one, but there's so many more, and it's no problem. All the rifles live there for Vitality, 12-8. And yeah, we're running out of chances now for Sprout. Those 2 5-on-3s dropped back to back. That's going to hurt the mental.
Yeah, man, it feels really rough, especially with this being their map pick, with one that they've kept competitive throughout. If it's losing these last few rounds to... when you were in such a good position to win them as well, you know, it happening once, losing the 5v3 once, it's forgivable. It happens, yeah. Right? You can't win every round where you're at a man advantage, but you certainly try. Having it happen twice back-to-back to now start to throw your money into question this late in the game, that is just brutal. Rouse is going to hold down mid. dupreeh is toying with him. dupreeh is teasing him, promising a peek eventually, and he will give it to him. Oh,
I thought
man.
surely he was dead.
dupreeh, he knows the A1S has got like CZ levels of ammo, so eventually he's going to run out of bullets.
That's so ballsy.
Look at Misuta's timing as
Dude,
well.
This is just unbelievable. Oh, almost killed from short side. He grabs the fingers of misutaaa, and with nothing to pull that trigger, he will fall. Slack's reaggresses, dodges the flash. He's just going to full send it. Go for it. Why not? The bomb's been dropped out in the open. ZywOo's gone wide, and oh, he won't die, but lauNX will finish the job. Just about 3 kills from the young'un on Sprout will finally convert a round. That was just excellent for dupreeh. Forcing his opponent to waste his ammo in middle. Yeah, 1 round in the midst of Vitality pickups here in the second half. Sprout have got a lot more to do. At least they got this AWP out on CT side. It's something Vitality didn't really have all too much. This is incredibly ballsy for Slacks. Off the spawn, drops, and he would have gone for it through the smoke, but there was a flash to follow, and that blinded him. Didn't like his chances. Meanwhile, Vitality, because of this heavy B beginning, have walked out mid for free, and they are so deep right now. There's no way Sprout are ready for Vitality this far up.
Oh, yeah, Spiddy, even though he's caught that first man, dupreeh is still a problem. They never saw him make it here, so that comes as a surprise to Spiddy, who will get blindsided by the second man in mid. Now, Rao's still watching ramp, is in danger to a Molotov. There is one on Apex right now that could look to come in here, but it feels more like Vitality want to play this contact at this point in time. Apex is not using this molly on the sandbags. That's going to betray him. There's no way he wins this fight, so Rao's gets that one locked in. And so it's down to these 2 men that made it up the short side, bravely going when no one else was able to go before. Only misutaaa left at the very end of it. And Sprout put 10 on the board, double digits locked in, chaining together some rounds. Maybe they've course corrected since those back-to-back 3v5 rounds.
Hey, credit to Sprout. You know, in both of those, in both middle and A, Vitality was so much further than Sprout had any idea that they were, right? After Rouse gets his kill, he starts mollying ramp. He's scared of the headshot angle. Bro, Vitality are walking up wall on short, and still Sprout just flashed their way out elevator and overwhelmed them with numbers. That combined with the middle check for Spiddy was perfect, and Sprout are able to finally break the money of Vitality in this half. Back to pistols. Oh, that's a clean check. ZywOo, a taste of his own medicine. Typically a beast at this top A ramp AWP fight. But as I said, was left with a lot of rifle rounds instead in his first half. Slacks is just farming right now. 1 by 1. Oh, good dig. But as long as they save the AWP, no problemo here for Sprout. Going into another gun round, and this one matters most.
Yeah, I mean, it matters a hell of a lot to Vitality, right? Like, just to make sure that this doesn't completely get turned around on them. They were blitzing ahead in this one. Things were really looking up. It felt like every round was winnable, even the ones that shouldn't be. And now we reach this point where they're losing rounds. They're having a weeko. T-side, you know, you can get out of that pretty easy once you've lost a couple of rounds in a row. Once you get a couple of bomb plants in, it's not as restrictive as the CT side money. But my God, it's not ideal this late in the game for Vitality. And you'll never be able to escape that feeling, you know, what could this have been if they'd just righted their wrongs a little bit sooner. The last thing you want is for Sprout to tie this game up, start believing again, build up some money, and suddenly it's like you're up against a whole different team.
Zach's got to watch out, man. They're all here ready to go. And he's had a bit of a weird round, right? Like scoping before shooting, missing a nade. It's been a bit awkward. Slacks doesn't want to push the issue any further. Molly goes down. Don't know if that landed exactly where he wanted. Didn't look like it, but either way, he's going to flash his teammate into the fight, and they turn from it. Perfect. The flash is just a deterrent to set Staehr up. If he can escape, I'll be shocked. Slacks misses his shot, and he's got to go back for more. Otherwise, Staehr might be a dead man on this corner. He's going to escape with a flashbang. Still wants more, though. Slacks will provide. ZywOo's moving up, not for long, and Apex is a long way from winning this round. It's got to be a save. Up to 12 now for Sprout. 3 in a row, is that? Whether this will be the 4th in a row for Sprout. Little kill on the way out, but Sprout should just allow it, build their own bank. And this game is leveled out very quickly, Harry.
Yeah, man. I mean, it really has. I don't even really know where the solutions lie, because it's like the Vitality squad of like this kind of crux of being able to rely on the individuals to rescue them if things turn dire. And that's great while you got it, but now they don't have that. What are they going to do? I kind of hope we see them go back to some of this mid stuff. I quite liked the amount of space that Magisk and dupreeh were able to get there whenever they've gone. I know the results have been a bit hit and miss, right? They've often lost players on these mid to B splits or trying to get dupreeh in the back lines, but it's something they weren't afraid to use early on, and so I hope they don't get kind of mind-gamed out of using it. I think you've had both dupreeh and ZywOo in positions that could have done a lot of damage. Just kind of lost those like 50-50 toss-up fights in the 1v1s. Also feels like we need an AWP for somebody on the side of Vitality.
Yeah, Magisk?
Yeah, no,
anybody, right?
I think we need to have ZywOo with it.
Yeah.
Slax has been kind of bullying him over towards ramp in these last few rounds. And I know he missed a lot of timings in that previous one, had some really weird moments. But that was an exception to the norm, we'll say.
Yeah. He was solid on T side, right? He's getting a lot of opening kills up on the ramp side. I mean, like, Slax is 5-0 right now in opening duels, so it's not like he's been a problem piece, but you've got to keep things super clean at this point in the game. 1 AK for Apex saved, surrounded by pistols. They're going to go back to that B site. Full ramp info for Sprout, though, so they should know that this one's a possibility. lauNX needs to be very careful. Flash is nice for info if they fire off, but the smokes will be enough of a warning for Sprout that this Hextech is coming in. It's a commitment. lauNX is going to die on the hill, pushing right in and dead immediately. That's now gifted a gun to an ecoing team, and ZywOo's hit a dig over the top of the sandbag. Someone needs to save the day. Someone needs to 3v5 right back the other way, because Vitality have got a plant.
Yeah, these smokes are going to fade, but ZywOo wants that, man. He wants you to come pushing in. He's ready for this.
Whoa.
Raul's spotted. Can't attempt this jump down, man. He would just get shot in the air, slowed down and fall to his death. And so for Sprout, they don't really have a way back in. They've just got to save on this one. That is a hero gun in the hands of Apex with a couple of pistols around it. And Vitality, they come in with a round win there. All on the back of Apex's entry, helped out by ZywOo's Deagle. They get away from this A ramp, they get away from these long angles that Slax and the rest of the gang over on that side of the map are excelling in. And they immediately put a round back on the board. I almost wonder if we see them maybe like now look to go for something like a mid to B later in the round, right? To try and condition Sprout a little bit, to get paranoid about B, to stop having this triple ramp face early on. I'm excited to see what the next course of action is for Vitality as they attempt to close out their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, this would really set them up for a 2-0 if they could do it. But you can't deny that Sprout have really brought their A game today and kept it competitive throughout. Another 3-on-5 for Vitality has been begun by Magisk. He's got his at least trade kill down on B. Vitality, they want a little bit more of that side of the map, leaving only Spitty here. Bottom performer for his team at the moment. Vitality have found their opportunity into this site, but there's already a rotation coming through. Rouse can set up Spitty with a flashbang, with anything he wants here at B's. Watching mid right now, Spitty has an off angle, should get a kill here. Really should get one, and there it is. Spitty doubles up with a bomb at his feet. The flash comes in too little too late from Magisk, and he is gone as well. Beautiful round out of Spitty. No better time to step up than 13-13 to break Vitality yet again. They might even have to buy this. They could drop over guns, but misutaaa and dupreeh are at 2,500 right now. Vitality are feeling the burn.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it's actually Sprout using this timeout. I mean, with good reason. They know the opportunity they've got right now. You know, this next rifle round right here with everything getting put into it for Vitality is the turning point in this game. And I mean, really, whoever wins this one, I mean, more so, just if Sprout win this one, they're teed up to take their map pick after a brawl, after having a comeback versus a Vitality that were really hitting their stride, it felt like, when they hit 12 rounds. That was a distant memory, though. It feels long ago, and it's no longer. Plain sailing here. AWP scoped up, hoping for a fight. ZywOo might get given one eventually, but right now it's pretty measured from Sprout. Slack's playing at the sandbag with his AWP. Doesn't have a smoke, so he would need to be helped out if it got mollied, and so I like that he just gets out of there. At this point, Sprout have a pretty clear indication of where Vitality's head's at early on.
Oh, misutaaa's up. He just run right through. No wall of smokes down, no warning, but Rouse is ready to receive. Only one. Apex, who has been the guy who saved these low econ rounds, has found a double entry into the site before the AWP picks him out, but Slacks was so out of the open, he can only get one kill. They just smoked the flank run-up, but that's just given away the aim of the game. Vitality only know about one of these flanks. They're still scared of Elevator, but they're starting to move through. They're going to run away from this one, try and get away into middle. Now they don't know, but they've already hit longs on the flank, on the ramp. He's only going to make it up for a second. Very strange round where Vitality seemingly weren't aware of the double flank despite the running. But they're going to pick up the round anyway. Harry, that is every time Vitality come in with like one gun, Apex just entries. Look at this. Double kill into A, save this round. Every execute Vitality have done has been exactly that. Wall of smokes, util coming in. This one completely caught Sprout off guard. Apex has saved their eco rounds again and again and put Vitality on 14 first.
Yeah, and I mean, now for Sprout, right, the idea that they could have just had the game in their hands in that last round is going to hurt even more if they lose this one, because now the shoe is on the other foot. They would be the ones running out of money, but they would be up against 15, having to force buy, hoping for an overtime. Sprout, they had a golden opportunity, they had a golden ticket. If only they could have stuck the landing, and now it all hinges on righting their wrongs. With this final buy, misutaaa opens up, and yeah, it's traded, but it's still this 4-on-4, still this kind of creeping anxiety setting in for Sprout. But the best chance they had might have already been behind them.
Still hope. Always going to hold on, but it is going to be that B play as Vitality group up. Their B hits have been pretty solid. And again, it's under-defended. Second player does just drop in. They've abandoned middle, hoping that they have made the right call. They're not wrong. Nade is really good. Spinny, I'd love to see him get his util out right now. Get that molly in. His teammate's been burnt out. He's got to run away. He's got to go somewhere but the fire. Spinny drops the molly. Damage done. Both players exit. Vitality with 30 seconds to do something, to do anything on this B bomb site. And a wall of smokes has been created at the back of the site. Oh, team headshot. Everyone's blind. Magisk will kill Apex, but he makes up for it with another entry, and dupreeh follows up. It's a 2v2 with 20 seconds, with barely any health. That rotate isn't even here, but when it does get here, Rouse can nade the plant. Staehr just needs to buy time. Getting a kill is everything, and this might just be done. Nade misses, but ZywOo doesn't have the clock to win this round, and Sprout will find 14 right back up against the wall.
That is insane, and Apex has done so much for this Vitality squad to get them to this point, right? And then he gets team killed in the B play because of a flashbang. Oh my goodness. What a way for that to unravel. Look at this.
I mean, he had to take the shot. He had to. Apex wasn't looking at back quad. That's a team kill where you've got to take it. If Magisk doesn't kill Apex, Magisk dies with Apex. What an awful position to be in. And they're forced up, running up ramp and still getting the entry. Pressure's on, boys. This is the game.
Yeah, they took that last round very, very personally, right? They want to be in your face. They want to be aggressive here. They charge it up ramp, trying to force a bit of an overreaction out of Sprout. And I guess they have done exactly that, right? A third player moving around to pad out this A-bomb site in a 5v4. It leaves a route for Vitality open. And I love this. I love this out of Apex. Calling for everyone to make so much noise taking ramp to full send, and now they immediately divert. This was the plan from the get-go. It was clear on the back of the pace and how decisive that decision to turn around was. And now as you're Sprout and you rock up to this B site, you see smokes going down, you see nades going in, you know that you cannot attempt it, you do not have the money to give this round a look in, and so you have got to respect them here. Now you are playing for overtime at best.
How many ecos can Vitality win on this T side? I call them ecos again, but what I mean by that is, you know, 1 or 2 rifles in a round, surrounded by pistols, and Vitality seemingly have won every single one. Often been Apex. This time it was dupreeh. The entry on A that ended this round. You need your guns, Sprout. Casualties cannot be afforded. That's why they're saving, to actually play rifles on round 30. Vitality, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And just 1 away from closing their opponent's map pick in this must-win elimination qualification game. There's no second chances. There's no lower bracket. This is it for Vitality.
Man, I love everything about that last round. Like, Apex knows, he's a smart guy, he knows that Sprout are going to be more nervous than like Vitality. He knows Vitality don't have a lot to accomplish that task with. And so out of spawn, he's like, look, if we send 5 up A, if we even get 1, we're going to put so much fear in them, so much disruption, so much chaos, that we can turn around, we can take advantage of these fast rotates that they've been doing. And that's how we win. And it was a winning formula that he cooked up there. Map point with Vitality, overtime or bust. The saved gun still in play for Sprout. The opt for Slacks there, Spitty downgraded to a FAMAS. They didn't have loss bonus, so he's had to make do with what he can. This is it for our first map. Either we head into bonus play with more rounds and on a clear winner in sight, or Vitality steal away Sprout's map pick and move 1 map closer to the group stage of IEM Cologne.
Yeah, something you could even argue that they should just be guaranteed off of name value alone, but Vitality have got to fight for it every step of the way. Heroic made it, Spirit made it, and many more will, but Vitality need to be in that same conversation. Orc down on the ramp, Slacks a must-win fight. He's been so good at these opening kills. I don't know how he missed the target. That was so nearly a triple collab. That could have been like, yeah, every player dead in an instant. What an opportunity bungled. Slacks, flick, won't connect. Misuta's going to molly him out. He's got to die on this hill. Smoke on the molly. That's only going to make more problems. Slacks can now not see a thing. Dude, they've got to bail him out.
Yeah, this is awkward. Staehr's only hanging around to protect his AWP player, but going back in. Staehr's with a double. Spitty's here helping out. And that decision, they're forced to fight for ramp. And it ends up working out brilliantly for Sprout. Magisk 1v4, and they swing him together. We're going to overtime.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread. No matter how lost see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother.
Bonus play in effect, Vitality versus Sprout, and we've got more rounds. We're only in map 1, folks, and this is for all the marbles, Harry, all the conkers that you're hitting in your back garden. Who will break first?
That's what we're here to find out, right? Neither one of these teams has let their finger off the pulse, man. They've been giving it all they've got. And now it's a war of attrition as we head into overtime.
Yes, indeed, Harry. Got a long series ahead of us. Very much the same for all 10 players, both coaches, and every fan watching, gripping their seats. Misuta's up in front of the smoke. ZywOo's going to get a pick, though. That's Rouse dropped from the top of the A ramp. Up on the short side, removed instantly. This position for Slacks, as we saw last round, very dangerous. They bailed him out of it, though, last time. This time he's able to shimmy back to the site. Re-smoke at that headshot angle. And Staehr's even going to re-aggress. Try and catch Vitality, setting up their util. They're both on the yellow side, though.
Like, B is just empty. Right now, Sprout have gone, okay, let's just all in. Oh, actually, hang on, I didn't even catch that. lauNX is pushed all the way down at B round. But one man there, 3 strong over here, so mid is entirely empty right now. There is an avenue, right? You have to make concessions with these stacks.
Anything from the trolley?
And concessions with the snacks as the trolley roll on by. ZywOo moving up the ramp side. Slacks just still scoped up, hoping someone graces his crosshair eventually. He will start to peak now. He only lands a tag, goes back in, and Apex is on the receiving end of that AWP. Now moving up the ramp side, Vitality with 3. There's this backstab getting activated by lauNX, and it's good timing. They were not ready for it to be there so damn quickly. They might have a chance at the plant, but it's been denied by this AWP, and misutaaa doesn't have time. He only could have won it by fragging, and he decided to go for that bomb plant. So the round is stolen away. Sprout up onto 16. And Vitality with their head in their hands. That is a golden opportunity. Opportunity now. I'm going to call a governor.
Shout out Scrawny one time. Yeah, you know, this time, that's a first flank that's actually, like, worked for Sprout in this entire game. They've done a lot of them on this A ramp, right? But more often than not, Vitality have been able to clutch out the post plants. Very heavy short side setup, and no post plant to speak about. Yeah, misutaaa, even though he didn't have time to plant, he couldn't have one-off kills. lauNX ran away in that 2v1 as well, so that was unwinnable. Sprout take the first in overtime. A couple of rounds in a row now. And again, 4 on A. You wonder if Vitality will go back to what got them that magic number 15 in that fake out, back to B. Oh, good catch. The re-aggro. Oh, it's perfect. Everyone gets massacred. Apex comes in with a big double, but is it all in vain? Is it all for naught? It was Vitality with the masters of re-aggro on the ramp in the first half, but Sprout will teach them a lesson. Staehr nearing 30 kills. And Magisk with a 1v3 to play. Good grenade. That's one way to start. Going to go check the flank. At what timing does he look back? Because he is getting backstabbed. Magisk. Another 1v1 approaching him. Another molly because of this constant re-aggression. Never felt comfortable, and he won't in this round. It's a closing kill from the B flank yet again to put Sprout 2-0 up in overtime.
Yeah, and dude, I don't know, man. Sprout are kind of using, as you pointed out, what was Vitality's biggest weapon against them? Like this ramp re-aggro, the aggression over towards B. It felt like Vitality were the ones mastering that on their CT side.
And now if you're going to this round, if Sprout are going to be ready for an ending B, right? Well, no matter what Vitality do before that fact, Sprout is screaming, get ready for a B execute, because that's what got Vitality here in the first place. That's what they got into overtime with. So I was trying to look for this pixel gap. He can't find the killing shot, but it almost feels predictable now that Vitality are going to take ramp and go back to B, and you know Sprout will be ready for it. They start 2B, they trade 1-for-1, but there's still rows here.
Yeah, and he's being very, very patient, just waiting. Oh, did elect to swing out and try to take a fight onto Magisk, and Magisk will lead him to regret that decision. Now Apex getting activated over in middle. I've been waiting for Vitality to return to mid. I think they got away with a lot in regulation here. Might not necessarily led to the most fancier results, but the mid player was never really the problem in those rounds. Oh, Slacks with a missed shot, and while this is happening, they are still seeping through middle. He's got no idea. They're wrapping CT, they're not coming over construction.
Sick.
And so he's gonna get backstabbed on this one.
Yeah.
Slacks is a dead man.
Oh.
Spitty caught in rotation. Now the full extent of this problem in mid gonna become clear to Sprout, and it's just Staehr left standing. The bomb could go anywhere. He's just got to flip a coin as to where it's heading, and he has picked right by going B.
Staehr on the stairs. Oh, but they're all here. They're all there. Flash over. They could leave if they want, but they're here to commit to the fight, popping more util his way. There's 3 full belts of nades. Vitality are just going to fight and close the round, close the half of overtime, at least getting a single digit on that board by the end of it. But my, oh my, what a game this has been. Vitality, I think it was 9 rounds in reg on their CT side, if I recall. And so we are par for the course right now going into this, but yeah, it did take them a while to figure out the mid-hole.
Look, man, we've got like one of the coolest Brazilian matchups coming up later on, but right now, an entirely different race, an entirely different competitions going on. In that it's a battle of the 2 German organizations to try and make it to Cologne in Big and Sprout. Obviously, Sprout, not German players. They moved away from that on account of Big stealing all the players.
Yeah, this is actually a big academy, I think.
But look, man, they're having this little race to see who can make it to Cologne group stage first. Big are in the lead over Astralis on the mainstream. And over here, Sprout, 1 round up over Vitality in OT on their map pick.
Speed running, group placement, any percent. Can they get there? Well, that nade, look at the trajectory. Breaking physics. Doesn't go where dupreeh wanted. If it did, it definitely would have done damage. 2 rows in that corner. Sprout contacting up B, but they're going to have to throw util eventually. So many spots dupreeh can be in. He frequented towards the back of quad in many of these rounds. That molly provides Slacks a chance to clear Tetris and make sure no one escapes. They could boost wood or railing. May as well do one. But in no hurry to do so. Minute mark. Boost comes up. dupreeh on default. Staehr looking for his fight. Hits the molly against Apex. Doesn't want to get re-aggressed. dupreeh has seen this boost meanwhile, and he's even getting mollied out as they climb up. dupreeh's so blind. lauNX made it up on Tetris. They know about it for sure, but they've got to stop it.
Yeah, knowing's only half the battle. They need to stick the landing here. Spitty.
Ooh.
Might be dead right away, but Slacks has helped out. Still, dupreeh holds the line, refusing to let them into this B site. Now he's calling for rotations. He started to piece together just how many bodies are moving in. Everyone's here for Vitality. Rao's up close. Gonna look to make a hero play happen if they do try to rush this bomb down. dupreeh moving in from behind. Looking like he wants to come through that smoke, and he will.
Oh.
dupreeh with a double.
Bomb
Only
down.
Staehr left standing, and the bomb not quite planted. It was denied in time by Vitality. He's now on the clock, 10 seconds, and he needs the frags. Lands the hop, survives the journey, but dupreeh is there to put a stop to it all with 4 in the round. He refuses to let Sprout take B.
Smooth moves aren't enough, Harry. 17 all. Vitality stopped that B play, and it's all dupreeh. Him and Magisk and Reg were doing a fine job of holding down this B bomb site. Often one of them solo anchoring. Dear oh dear. Anyone's game right now. Money not the problem. More nades for dupreeh. They sail on by. He switched. Oh, he just pulled his silencer off. That could have been a fight for dupreeh. Instead, at least he's not punished. He gets out scot-free. Full ramp control. Vitality just peering down ahead of the smoke. Double nading even. Staehr just avoided that. Don't know what warning he had. Oh, that's awkward for Spitty. And they even naded the boost where he was climbing up, but because he didn't make that jump, he will live. That's a one way to fight up on stairs. Vitality respond with their own smoke. Sprout, it's a fake out.
Yeah.
They have a 15-second window to walk back to A. Spitty is going to late mid lurk. He can't go too soon.
Yeah, Spitty's whole impact really very much resides on his teammates actually getting up ramp and forcing rotates. Yeah, he's fully reset from this. Looking like he wants to rejoin the Sprout boys over here.
Ooh, that's cheeky. They got smoke down. They can see over the top. "40 seconds. You don't even have ramp." They might have to go back and execute B. This is a nightmare. Vitality have continually re-smoked the ramp. They are left with just a flash of the Molotov. misutaaa has told his entire team that it's a B play.
Oh my God, misutaaa, the info grabber. He's studied the books. He knows what's happening. He's called for everyone else to start to move on round now. Oh, the backstab for misutaaa. He's dropped the bomb. Doubles up. Why stop there? Tries to make it a third, but the closer will be found by Magisk. 18-17, and misutaaa has just allowed Vitality to get onto map point.
misutaaa the shooter, man. He's doing it again. What a perfect flank in mid. To think if Spitty stayed on his default in his position, the misutaaa probably would have got punished, and they would have been able to perfectly split a bomb site together. But Sprout, indecisiveness this late in the game, and it was less indecisiveness, more the fact that Vitality perfectly re-smoked A constantly until Sprout had to decide to go back to that B bomb site. What a nightmare. This is it. This is Vitality's second chance to close this first map, and they've even got the advantage to boot. Apex down on ramp, finds a kill. But there will be a response. There will be a trade, and Staehr finds a double right back. Sprout want to make this a double overtime.
Yeah, they're not jumping the gun, though. They're going to wait. They're going to see what the reaction is. Now lobbing in this util, just a set exec in towards the A-bomb site. That nade's done great damage onto Sprout. Magisk needs to do something here inside of the site. Fighting ahead of the util, but gone after one. It's just dupreeh standing between Sprout and this double overtime. Gonna come through the smoke. Just under a minute left on the clock. Sprout have got time. They don't have a lot of health. They've got numbers. And on the short side, they'll nail the shot. It's another overtime as Sprout claw back an 18th. We're going the distance and then some
and then
as we head into a second OT.
34 kills on Staehr right now. He is staring down the barrel of a Dust 2. The second map of this series, and still undecided as to who will lead going into it. Right now it's first to 22, folks. 21 each, and we run it right back. Missed shot, or rather only for Slacks. He got tagged, he got legged by dupreeh's AWP. Feels like ZywOo's not been using the AWP out of spawn on CT sides. Magisk took it earlier, now it's dupreeh looking for the B pick. And ZywOo is fighting on the ramp side with a rifle. He's gone immediately. Staehr sneaks through the smoke, and this guy is so quick at finding these headshots. He's going to look for another as well. Barrel might give away misutaaa, but caught on the jump. Worst possible timing. misutaaa will fire back 4-on-4, and Slacks picks Apex. It's just a constant trade of engagements.
Yeah, misutaaa's still a problem over on short. I've always got a good bit of faith in this guy's ability to get away with multi-kills when you really need him to, when he's backed into a corner like this, having to anchor down this A side of the map. dupreeh still waiting in middle. And he's waited a very, very long time for this fight, a very long while. dupreeh's been posted here now for about 30 seconds. This util's coming out into mid, and so finally he knows he might get the fight he's been waiting for. Oh, but it's a ruse. Spiddy's throwing all this in to try and disrupt the Vitality hold. Now he's going to go back and rejoin his team, creeping up ramp. All four here. misutaaa pushing ahead of the util, takes a fight at ramp and gets the info that it is the A play ahead of time. He's even going back in for more. Wow. misutaaa's on for the ace. 4 out of 5 before Rouse lays him to rest. Still, he's done his part in the round, and there's Vitality up onto 19.
That would have been his second ace in the map and his 30th kill to boot, but 4 will certainly do when Vitality can finish the job just like that. First round of CT overtime achieved. Vitality able to go 2-1 last time on CT sides. They're already halfway there. Another AWP for Slacks. Bank account drip and dry, but worth every penny. We're just going to right-click that nade, and it does do some nice damage. But Staehr's picked ZywOo back-to-back rounds through a ramp. I don't know if you could see him or not, but through the smoke, certainly tasty. Oh my goodness, Staehr, chill out. Apex put down on 40, calling for a flashbang, or in fact just dry walking right through the smoke. He even kills Staehr. They're hitting B. lauNX is full blind, and he's still firing on dupreeh at the back of the site. This is such a mess. The nade won't stop any sort of plant. Well, the bomb hasn't made it in yet. Rouse will go one step further and catch Magisk inside of that Molotov. 2-on-3.
Yeah, misutaaa and Apex, they've both kind of been the heroes of Vitality as this game's raged on, and they're still very much in the picture, still very much in the round here. Slacks waiting for a swing with his AWP. Oh. This is that opportunity. Knows that they're getting closer with every single missed shot.
What?
Does have support from the stairs, and Spiddy is there to double up and seal the deal on that one. An immediate equalizer back on the board for Sprout. Everyone's at 100%. I mean, dude, who can keep this up the longest? That's the big question right now.
And I think it's map 1. These guys are going to be exhausted after this first map of the series. And yeah, just up for debate. No AWP again. ZywOo continuing to not wield this weapon. This time, it's not even economy. We're in overtime. We got the moolah. Very strange, especially considering the last 2 rounds he's not been AWPing and he's been picked up on A ramp by Staehr. A quick scrim out mid. Nets a 1-for-1. Spiddy can decide to reset with that and regroup with his team. I am kind of shocked at the lack of ZywOo, but don't get me wrong, these rounds have been very frantic. There's been a lot of trading, a lot of like quick retakes, but at the same time, firstly, you could drop an M4 and spawn. You had the money for it. Secondly, his best rounds in this game have been with the AWP. So, you know, I'm not one to doubt ZywOo, but so far, these rifle rounds in overtime haven't been good for him on CT sides. Staehr trying to explode into this bomb site. Apex spots it, but he's out on an island right now. ZywOo's got to cover the cross for support, but everyone's dead except that aforementioned man. He gets wall-banged through the yellow, and this looks like Sprout setting up for a 2-1 on the T side.
Yeah. I mean, it's an ugly attempt at the closer. You hope that doesn't come back to hurt you, right? Surely it shouldn't. Magisk is super low.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
And Staehr should be good to deal with him, and he will. Peeks him with the nades out. Sprout up onto 20. Of course, the magic number we're looking for, 22 rounds, will be the victor of this first map. Sprout are that much closer now. After locking in that first half of the second overtime, 2-1. And yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I want to see that ZywOo up, especially considering he's brought out straight away on the T side, like immediately. And I know, you kind of pointed out he has been leaning away from it on these CT sides, especially since we kind of got deep within the regulation and into OT. He was hoping he could have got a pick with it to kickstart this round. Nothing presents itself.
Ooh, that's, yeah, very scary to not shoot there if you're Apex, full blind in middle, but he believes that it's just an info flash, and he's correct. Doesn't give them what they want. Flash for middle. It's a cheeky lineup, pops over the box, but Rouse will be just fine. Dumping grenades in response. Vitality being being very loud rather about their mid takes. They know that that will stick in the mind of Sprout for the rest of the round. Even if they completely abandon middle, Sprout can never truly take their eyes off it. Apex has left a Molotov. That hints towards going to molly the short side from ladder. And he's going to go to A himself, but he'll meet Staehr at the bottom of ramp. This battle rages on even in the other half. Apex dead this time. Spiddy in the middle of the site. This position's been good for him in the past.
Staehr's been lights out, and now it's down to the rest of the gang to finish what he started. Not a good initial hold, and it only gets worse. B site now cracked wide open. Staehr lost to the hands of time as he starts this rotate in. I was going to say through middle. He's over construction, could get backstabbed. Instead, ZywOo just plucks him apart with that AWP.
That's what we like to see.
He brings it out. He immediately finds success with it, and it's a tie game all over again in the second OT. A second win. Little push in the right direction as he brings out that orb.
Yeah, dupreeh hard checked Spiddy's angle as well behind default, or behind double rather. He knows what Spiddy's been up to on this B anchor, and it's a perfect check to get Vitality footing in that B bomb site. So we're going to go back for A ramp picks. Staehr lobbing flashes off the crane. Slack's smoked out a short side. And B has definitely been more fruitful for both T sides in this game. CT's winning far more rounds on A with that re-aggro that we've been talking about on the ramp. lauNX has to be very careful. Oh, Staehr just headshot through the wall. Slacks is going to find the trade at least to keep things even. dupreeh walking into his dirty double setup. All that top player Spiddy needs to do is bait and get spotted. That might force dupreeh to not check the player at the bottom of the stairs. Meanwhile, they do want to go back to B. lauNX has him trapped in a corner, but he's rather he'd rather commit to this position and hope it goes unchecked.
Oh, dupreeh's now so low.
Oh, they won't check it.
Spiddy might die, but yeah, that's going to make lauNX so much more effective. And there's the double. Goes unchecked. Why stop there? Bomb down, and lauNX is about to put Sprout up onto map point. Apex in this 1v2. Time's the only thing he's got, and even that's turning against him with each passing second. Moving in, he drops that molly. They're both here. They're both at the bottom of the stairs coming through. Apex looking for a way in, but he's going to get smoke spammed out, and lauNX does it all in that one.
He almost 1G'd, Harry. I'm not going to lie to you. He did almost run into his own Molotov, but it was desperate. 20 seconds and a 1v2. And this is the first map point the Sprout have had. Vitality had 2 chances to close, they couldn't do it. And props to Spiddy for dying for the cause there. He did so much damage just to set up lauNX for that multi-kill at the bottom of stairs. First time we've seen him do anything from that position, although he's been set up many a time there. Oh my god, ZywOo almost commits through the molly. Sprout can taste victory. It's earthy. Vitality are just going to pump and dump B. This has been good to them. Apex hits the headshot. Welcome back. Will triple overtime rear its head.
Certainly could. Apex was a key player to even get this to this point, and it was his openers towards the B site that was such a big part of that. He's done it once more, right when Vitality needed it the most. Bomb not crossed in yet, still sat on the back of misutaaa. Magisk holding for this flank. Rouse is there, but is being patient with his timings. Now that bomb's looking to make it across into the site.
They're not convinced. It's so quiet.
Oh, Magisk taking his eyes off the backline. That was almost a collateral for ZywOo, but instead it's nothing. And right as they remove their attention from the flank, that's when Rouse arrives, drops the bomb out in the open. This is it, 2v2. ZywOo dead, Apex the man after clutch. Left all alone, opened the round with this double. Now needs to close it with one as well. Smoke it generator. Plant coming in. Staehr could swing this, Staehr could win this, and he will get off the bomb. Caught from CT, and Sprout walk away with their heads held high. Their map pick locked in at 22 and 20. It took a double overtime, but they're a map up in this series.